Hey everybody, how you doing today? So today we're going to talk about love. This show is about money, but every now and then you'll see me talking about love. So I'm talking to the men today. So 60% of the people that watch the show are men, the rest are women. Women, you feel free to chime in at any time. Keep in mind that all women are not the same. All women don't think the same. But today I'm talking to you men about men. What are you teaching your sons when it comes to relationships? So, part of this dysfunction in the Black community, very dysfunctional if you haven't noticed, there are good, solid men out here, and there are people who are in good, loving relationships. But we're going to talk about this dysfunction. All right. So, I like to know men, I'm talking to you today. What are you teaching your sons in terms of relationships? So, I think the majority of the problems of dysfunction, it comes from your teaching. You have to be taught. This is not something that's automatic. It has to be taught. And if you're not getting it from the church, because you don't go to church, where are you getting it from? So, men, what are you teaching your sons? Are you teaching your sons to get it? Or are you teaching your sons to look for a wife? So I think it's very unfortunate that you will be a father in your 50s or 60s, and you still think that it's okay to teach your sons to just go ahead and sow your wild oats and, get rid of your sexuality. You're telling your sons that. But then what are you telling your daughters? So you're telling your daughters, find a man that's older, after he gets finished getting his sexuality out. Well, that is unacceptable. That's unacceptable teaching. So you need to teach your sons the exact same thing that you're teaching your daughters. Do you want your daughters out there just, I think I'm just going to just get rid of all of my sexuality. And then when I can't walk anymore, or when I'm walking on a walking stick, then maybe I think about getting married. How do you like that for your daughters? Because that's what's happening with the sons. So the teaching, it needs to be the exact same. So whatever you're teaching your daughter, you need to teach your son the exact same thing. See, you can't have one gender out here playing games for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You can't have your sons out here playing games for 50 years. And then you're going to teach your daughter to wait, right? Your daughter's going to wait until he finishes his games for 50 years, right? That's what you're teaching your daughter. She's waiting for a husband. See, there's something wrong with that teaching, and that is what is causing the dysfunction. Teach your sons the exact same thing that you're teaching your daughters. Okay? So I want you to think about that, because we're not children anymore. Like, you're probably in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, men. And you still have the exact same thinking that you had 20 years ago. See, it's not that women end up with poor choices because they have low self esteem. No, that's not it. It's primarily two reasons. First reason is they have the balls to go after you. See, they went after you. See, the man pursues the woman. That's how it works. And you didn't have the balls to go after her. So that's one reason, right? He went after her. That's one reason. Another reason is that it's not that she has low self esteem, is that you don't respect Black women. See, you want people to respect you as a man, but do you respect women? So I just like for you to think about that. Do you respect women? So every time you get that thought in your mind, she has low self esteem. I'd like for you to think, he doesn't respect her. He had the balls to go after her. I was interested, but I didn't go after her. Just something to think about. I want you to think about that. For all the guys who are watching, what were you taught? What were you taught in your childhood? What were you taught about the family dynamic and women in particular? See, there are men out here walking around who are in their 40s, like you're 45, you've never been married. There's something wrong with that. I'd like for you to think about that. What were you taught? Go back to your early childhood. What were you taught about the family structure? Were you taught that you actually create your own family structure? Or that when it's time to happen, it will happen? Or is it that you just don't want to be married? If you don't want to be married, that is okay. But the thing is, if you're a man who doesn't want to be married, then you need to make sure that you're dating women who don't want to be married. Those type of women are out here. So stay away from the women who want to be married if you don't want to be married. Very important to be honest, upfront, and transparent. Because if you don't want to be married, you can find women out there who don't want to be married. So just be honest and go with her. You know what I'm saying? So, what were you taught as a child about the family structure? Did you like your family structure? Did you like not having a father? How was Father's Day for you? How was Father's Day for you? Did you like that? And so, as you get older, what kind of pattern are you creating in terms of family structure? So, just some things to think about. Teaching. What are you teaching your sons? Are you teaching them that just wait until their sexuality runs out and then they can get serious with someone? And teaching women, date an older man after their sexuality has run out. That is unacceptable. I'd like for you to think about that. Would you teach your daughter that? If you would not teach your daughter that, don't teach your son that. All right, just some things to think about. Do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Thank you for listening. Have a good rest of your day.